guys! I love soup. Do you love soup? Today we're making soup. So today I'm going to be sharing one of my favorite soup recipes. It's a roasted carrot soup. I also have other favorite vegetables in it, such as onions, red pepper, and mushrooms with a little bit of spice. Feel free to add or omit any roasted vegetables you feel will taste good in this recipe. It's very versatile. So let me show you my favorite version of it.
So the first step is really no surprise. We're going to gather all our big carrots together and we're going to chop them up really small. Well, I like to chop mine small. They cook faster in the oven. For this recipe, I used 5 large carrots. For exact measurements, you can visit my website at www.summerstrength.com. The link will be underneath the video in that little comment box. So here I have all the carrots and I'm just spreading them onto the baking tray. You can put aluminum foil underneath so it doesn't stick and you have easy cleaning afterwards. Just spreading them out. Here I have some coconut oil, which is my absolute favorite oil to cook with. Coconut oil is so healthy for you and it's one of my favorite tasting oils. So just to make sure our carrots don't dry out in the oven, you want to just coat the coconut oil evenly on all the carrots, and you're going to do that with both trays. Here I'm adding some of my spices, salt, pepper, turmeric. The turmeric, it just adds this nice, warm, earthy flavor into your foods. You guys are going to love it. Just mix those around evenly, again, to both trays of carrots, and then you're going to want to pop those into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately 30 to 40 minutes. Next, we're going to chop our onions. Now again, if you don't like onions, you can omit it, but you gotta try it at least once. Onions are so good when you fry them on the stovetop. It just brings out all the sweetness. Onions are sweet. They are if you cook them. Try it out, guys. I encourage you. So this is how I chop my onions. Pretty standard, thin slices. They cook faster over the stovetop. Here I'm adding a sweet bell pepper. Oh, I wish bell peppers weren't so expensive or else I would eat them every day. I just chop mine in half and just peel out the core and then chop them after that. I've seen people cut them differently, but I think that I chop them pretty efficiently. And then after our pepper, we're going to add these hot chili peppers. Now you're going to want to wear gloves for these because you do not want to burn your hands. Trust me, even if you're just chopping one up, it's going to burn you. And don't touch your mouth, your nose, and especially your eyes. So to chop these, we just take the stem off, remove the seeds, and then we're going to want to chop them as thinly as possible because you do not want to have a big giant chili pepper in your mouth. Whew, that would be hot. And this is what they look like. So I added all those ingredients together in a frying pan. I'm just going to add some more coconut oil. Again, all of these ingredients that I use, I have in exact measurements on my website. Link is in the description bar below. I mix the coconut oil with the vegetables just so they don't burn. And lastly, my last vegetable is mushrooms. Friendly mushrooms. I'm not sure if you saw the package. Just cut those up and we'll put those aside for later. Mushrooms cook really fast, so we can hold off a bit. Now, going back to here, we're doing a lot of multitasking. These are looking really good, but they needed a few more minutes. And this is what they should look. Nice, crispy, caramelized. Oh, I can almost smell that. It smells so good through the computer screen. I want to eat it now. I removed those vegetables, put them aside, and I'm just going to cook my mushrooms now. Yep. And the carrots are done. So it's been about 30 or 40 minutes and I'm taking them out. And as you can see, they're pretty nice. They're not burnt. They're just tender, very tender. You can poke them easily with a fork. Now the mushrooms didn't have enough oil in it from the previous batch, so I just added a dab of coconut oil just so they don't burn. Now we're almost done, guys. The last part of this recipe is to blend everything together. I know you've had blended soup before. It's the best. It tastes so good when everything just slurps down your throat. Oh, and I blended it with my homemade chicken stock. Homemade chicken stock isn't necessary, but I just happen to have it on hand. You can use the regular stock from the grocery store. Now, if you missed it, I just added some garlic. I did that so fast. And garlic will just add a nice spice to it. Just light. You can barely taste it. It's just on the tip of your tongue. And now I'm doing a second batch with the second batch of carrots, adding some more stock, blending it. This takes a little while because we have a lot of vegetables. Adding it to my pot with the rest, and then I have one last one for my peppers, onions, and my chili peppers. Don't add the mushrooms to this batch. And here I just added some ginger. Ginger's awesome as well and super healthy for you. Adding the rest of my chicken stock to the top. This one blended the easiest. I probably should have spread out that a little better because now it's splashing all over the place. Finally, I'm just mixing and combining it, and you probably forgot, but we had one last ingredient to add, and those are the mushrooms. Look how delicious those look. I like my mushrooms to be in full pieces so I have something to chew on in my soup. And the secret ingredient is just a wedge of lemon. It just stimulates the sour part of your taste bud, giving it a wazam that you weren't expecting. It's just very subtle. You probably won't notice it, but it does make a difference. So all of our ingredients are cold, so I just warmed it up on the stove for about 10 minutes and it'll start to bubble. Make sure you stir frequently so it doesn't go all over the place and burn at the bottom. And here I'm serving myself the soup, and guys, just look, that just reminds you of your mama, doesn't it? Oh, warms you from the inside out. Just look at that. I wish I had this in front of me right now, but I ate it 2 weeks ago. So sad. I have to be careful because it's really hot. There you have it. It's phenomenal, guys. I really recommend this recipe. It's my favorite. Give it a shot. Weighed and checked all the ingredients I used for this recipe and calculated how many servings and how many macronutrients and calories there are per serving. So if you're interested in all that, check out my website. I have it all detailed out. The link again in the description bar. So I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Goodbye.